With the altimeter at the base of the screen as well as the speedometer. They are gaining speed on their climb to space. We have confirmed max Q. This is when the aerodynamic stresses on the vehicle were at their maximum.
Yeah, that's fine. That was my next call. Yeah, it's good to know before I walk right in. Otherwise, just text me around downtown. I dropped off some goodies downstairs for you guys. Me too. But I have a lunch room, just find out.
Thank you again, everybody, for joining us live for New Shepard's second human flight with Audrey Powers, William Shatner, our customers Glenn DeVries and Chris Bosshausen on board. They are well on their way to space. So far, a nominal flight, a clean burn on our Blue Engine 3. New Shepard giving them a beautiful flight to space this morning. The rocket is climbing towards an altitude. We're aiming just over the Kármán line, the internationally recognized line of space of 100 kilometers. That is about 328,000 feet. And a gorgeous view down the rocket. And now we've had main engine cut off. The VE3 engine has shut off. And in just a moment, we're going to separate the capsule from the booster. And at that point, our astronauts will have the opportunity to get out of their harnesses and enjoy the beauties of zero G. Let's wait to listen. And there you can see a clean separation between the capsule and the booster. And there you can see the capsule from the top of the booster. They are continuing their ascent over the Kármán line. You'll know when they hit apogee when the speed hits 0. And there they are, over 328,000 feet, over 100 kilometers. Welcome to space. The newest astronauts on board our crew capsule. And there they are. They have just about hit their apogee at about 351,000 feet. And while we don't have apogee, I can just imagine Jackie, they're having the time of their lives. you again, everybody, for joining us live from West Texas. So far, a nominal flight for our second human crew. So exciting, Jackie, to have sent Captain Kirk himself, William Shatner, to space. I cannot wait to hear his commentary upon return, as well as our two customers, Chris Bosshausen from Australia, to all the fans tuning in from down under. A big shout out to you guys, as well as Glenn DeVries and our very own Audrey Powers. They are coming back home. The booster, of course, is going to beat the capsule back home. It is more aerodynamically shaped, of course, at the base of the capsule. It's kind of a blunt end, so it's less aerodynamic. What we're going to see coming up shortly is at the top of the rocket, we have the ring fin. There's some what we call the pie fins that extend from the ring fin, as well as the drag brakes. The pie fins, the wedge fins, help stabilize the vehicle, kind of like the feathers at the back of an arrow. And then you will also see the drag brakes. And as you mentioned, Jack, it cuts the velocity dramatically. There you can see the wedge fins are out. Here we see the descent. We are going to expect the BE-3 engine to relight just about 3,600 feet or about 1,200 meters above ground level. Let's wait for that now. The drag brakes have deployed. And here we come, New Shepard. Touchdown. Welcome back, New Shepard. The fourth flight to space and back for that vehicle provided a beautiful flight to space for our second human crew. Wow, that gets me every time we do this live down here in Texas. The sonic boom is so cool. Drag brakes are folding back in, as have the wedge fins. Just looks like you could fuel her up and go again. What do you think, Jackie?
And even when you know to expect the sonic boom, it still catches you off guard every time.
Talk about a rumble. A beautiful sight of our New Shepard rocket there in the West Texas desert. But of course, the show is not over. The capsule is descending. We are waiting for first the drogue chutes to deploy. Those are very much like the guide parachutes. They will subsequently be followed by the main parachutes that will first reef and then fully inflate. And there go the drogue parachutes. And here come the mains. Whew, what a flight. You can already start to hear the cheers from outside our stage here in West Texas.
I just threw a piece of vodka on. Like, there's a lot of that we know, Audrey. Oh, yeah. I got through the booth, so where is it? Probably from the cover. He's going to rotate. I want to find that spot and take it home. How about that, guys? How about that, guys? That was unlike anything they described. All right, we got less than 1,000 feet. All right. Let's down.
And here comes our crew back into the desert.
Everybody.
Newest astronauts 596, 97, 98, and 99.
That's unlike anything you'll ever feel. Stand by touchdown. Stand by touchdown. Stand by touchdown.
And capsule touchdown. Welcome back, the newest astronauts, Audrey Powers, William Shatner, our customers, Glenn DeVries, and Chris Boshausen. What a day for you. Welcome back. I cannot wait to talk to them, Jackie, and just get what they experienced up there this morning. What a clean and beautiful flight from the rocket for our astronauts.
What an absolutely stunning flight. And I also loved hearing that audio of them on their way back about how this experience was for them, and I can't wait to hear their stories.
Well, you heard William Shatner say, this is like nothing I've ever experienced before. So coming from a man who in theory has experienced space
Who
for
has
decades.
gone warp speed and traveled the entire intergalactic universe. This was like nothing he's ever seen before.
What a day for our astronauts. So now our team is preparing landing safety operations and recovery of our astronauts from the crew capsule. We'll be on the ground at the landing site to follow the action in just a bit, maybe even talk to the world's newest astronauts. Some absolutely breathtaking stuff. And I'll note that you're going to see our the recovery team show up very shortly, because we actually send them out before the capsule has landed, because through our modeling, we get by now we're very, very good at analyzing where the capsule is going to come down,
Very
where we
precise
know
on that.
exactly where the winds are. And so we're going to see the recovery team come out there, and of course they will also be joined by some of their friends and family to watch as they emerge from the capsule. Let's check out these beautiful shots of our 4 astronauts there in the Texas desert after having gone up over the Kármán line and back.
Welcome to the Faulkner Focus. We are watching this live together. I'm Harris Faulkner. We're waiting for those people to emerge from the space capsule, and among them is what the narrator just then was describing as the newest astronauts. William Shatner, of course, Captain Kirk, on board. We're waiting for him to come out. 90 years old,
And here's some
young.
beautiful shots.
And let's go back to the narration here and live pictures. This is Texas. Exciting moment right now, because this is the first time that we will have seen that door swing open for this particular flight, Jeff Bezos' second. Let's watch.
And Jackie, you can see there, again, beautiful shots of the capsule. The parachutes actually have fallen pretty close to the capsule itself, meaning that there isn't a lot of ground wind out there. We talked about this earlier in the show, and of course we had to delay a day because of the gusty winds that have been out there. But no, today has been for a launch and landing of a rocket, and launch and landing of 4 new astronauts.
I know we were talking to Chris a couple days ago, and he actually flew that USB full of music from around the world to space. As you mentioned, he's a DJ. So, of course, we have our new astronauts. We have our Club for the Future postcards that have just returned from space. And, of course, you know, some of the personal items like this awesome USB full of music. I wish we could be playing some of that right now.
Well, we probably will soon. Actually, you know, as we mentioned, Chris Boshausen has kind of a side gig as a DJ, DJ Crispy, and he actually released an album on Friday, and I can't wait to see what he does with that music. Some musicians on board too. Of course, William Shatner. Everybody knows him as an actor. He also sings. I think that's what Sarah Knights going around the capsule, getting the thumbs up from each of our astronauts.
sleep. What'd you take a picture of?
Yeah, the
Did you see their costumes? He was like dressed like Captain Kirk, and everybody else had the red suits on.
yeah.
I wonder why it was so fascinating.
I mean, you know, if you have the ability to, why wouldn't you want to do it?
I can't believe he's 90 years old.
Still living, you know, the dream. Is it really 90? Wow. I did not realize
The
that.
original TV show was in the 60s.
Thank
Star
you
Trek?
again, everybody, for
Yeah,
joining
I
us
can't
live
believe it's
from
been
West
that long.
Texas, where we have just completed our
So how are you
second
doing?
human flight of the
Yeah,
New
doing good.
Shepard
Yeah,
vehicle.
doing good.
Our crew on board.
Yeah, that.
The great William Shatner
It's not hurting
now
up here at
has
all.
become the oldest
good.
person to have ever flown to space at the
You still
ripe
got
age
quite
of
a
90
good
years
amount
old.
of.
And to apply the science that you're teaching to the way that people may soon experience it en masse, you know. This is exciting also for the simple reason that
Again, thank you everybody for
we get
joining
to see
us
something that
live
we don't
from
see
West
every day. It's
Texas
only
at our
happened
launch site
twice
one.
now with Jeff Bezos
Our second
funding
human
this.
space flight
Let's
crew
listen
has
in
gone
just
to
a little
space.
bit. I've got a couple of former NASA astronauts standing by as well. Let's pay attention to this.
We're awaiting Jeff Bezos, who is now opening the hatch.
Yes. Look at the bird.
There's Audrey Powers, a big hug from her sister.
Captain Kirk himself, the great William Shatner.
Our customer, Chris Bosshausen, the first full Australian citizen to go to space and back. And Glenn DeVries.
Oh my God.
Some big hugs from their loved ones.
In a way, it's indescribable.
That's what I thought. You have to work on it. It's so hard to
You have to
describe.
work on because not only is it different than what you thought, it's also you know what my the impression I had that I never expected to have.
Oh my God.
Give me a champagne bottle. Come here. I want one. I want to hear this. Here. You want a little of this? Hey. Oh my God.
The champagne showers have begun. Smiles all around. William Shatner taking in the moment clearly.
What you had built.
We are watching, obviously, the crew and guests from Jeff Bezos' spaceship, for lack of a better term, his capsule, after they've touched down. He did have a few words with William Shatner, who said it's different than you would have thought. It's indescribable. He did say no thank you to the rain shower of champagne. I want to bring in Terry Virts and Tom Jones now, both former NASA astronauts. Gentlemen, first of all, Tom, I'll come to you. Does this really have an amplification of understanding and science application that you can imagine, or is this just simply a trip for those people who have a lot of money?
Well, it's certainly a fantastic adventure, and I won't deny that opportunity to anybody. I think it's great that these commercial providers are offering the chance for ordinary citizens to head to space and experience that for themselves. But the more that we see ordinary citizens and entrepreneurs and engineers, artists go to space, the more